The Peacock striking poses for the World Women's Bodybuilding Championship, an annual favorite on Sports World. Coverage of the three-pose phase of the competition with its unique blend of athletics and aesthetics highlights the telecast. That's all today on NBC Sports World.
It's always been famed for its boardwalk, a happening place, whether you're strolling on top or underneath. But today our attention will be directed indoors, where some of the finest female bodybuilders in the world have gathered. Hi everyone, I'm Mike Adamley, along with Lisa Lyon, who won the very first World Women's Bodybuilding Championship back in 1979. And we're backstage at the Caesars Boardwalk Regency Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where the women are putting the final touches on their physiques for the Women's World Bodybuilding Championship. Lisa, when you won this title back in 1979, the sport was regarded by the general public as sort of a circus sideshow attraction, but since that time, that attitude has been tempered by respect and, in many cases, approval.
That's right, Mike. I think that people are starting to finally realize that it's okay for women to pick up something besides men. It's significant that really the sport began professionally in 1980, the beginning of the decade, and I think already in 81 we're seeing a high quality of professionalism. I'm really looking forward to see what will happen this afternoon.
One of the problems the sport does face is coming up with a uniform system of judging.
To resolve the contradiction, Mike, between femininity and muscularity, and in order to systematize and objectify the judging, it's been divided into 3 rounds. A lineup, a series of compulsory poses, and an optional posing routine with music.
I also might add, Lisa, that all of the judges will be female. Now, the first round has been completed, and earlier Oscar State, who is an executive vice president with the International Federation of Bodybuilding, explained exactly what the judges were looking for in the first round.
In the first round of pre-judging, where they come out and stand in relaxed positions, we again expect to see a good shape. We expect to see firm musculature, graceful carriage, athletic bearing, an absence of defects such as poor skin, blemishes, tattoos, or whatnot. And also the judges look to see if there are any anatomical defects, such as scoliosis, lordosis, or knock knees. Those are things which we tell the judges, if you see something like that, that's a minus, of course, which will help you.
Like this. And the early rounds of judging are almost as strenuous as the training itself. Here we see that the women are brought out for comparisons by the judges, 2 by 2, and they're really scrutinized.
There are 7 judges. Each can award a contestant a maximum of 20 points per round. High and low marks are then dropped, and the remaining 5 scores are added. So theoretically, a competitor could earn a maximum of 100 points for her series of poses. And Lisa, I might add that the decision that these judges render today will be an extremely difficult one, as all of these women are tremendously fit, or as bodybuilders like to say, ripped or defined. We'll be back with more of the World Women's Bodybuilding Championship right after this. Along with Lisa Lyon back at the World Women's Bodybuilding Championships, the women pumping up for their moment on center stage. At a competition of this nature, the women are required to go through 3 sets of posing. In the second round, women had to go through 7 compulsory poses.
This is probably the toughest round, Mike, because at this point the women can't hide their faults. This series of poses is designed to show all of the muscle groups, and if you have a weakness, this is the time when it's bound to show up.
This is 24-year-old Deborah Diana. She is a native of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 5'6", 125 pounds, and began bodybuilding back in 1979.
In the last 2 years, she says that she's lost 20 pounds of body fat and then gained back 10 pounds of muscle. I think that she has tremendous definition and symmetry. In this pose, she's showing her tricep development. At this point, she's going to show us her back. See a nice calf. I find that the back is really one of the most beautiful parts of women bodybuilders.
But like they say, Lisa, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I happen to be a leg man myself.
Well, actually, Mike, inadvertently, you've hit on an interesting point. It's easy for women to develop muscularity in the legs, but it seems much harder to develop that balance and muscularity in the upper body.
Deborah seems to have done a very nice job of developing that kind of perfect symmetry. As in round one, to allow more accuracy in judging, comparisons were made.
Here we have Meinhard Kleemann on the left and Laura Palms on the right, and they represent a very good contrast between a leaner kind of body style as with Corinne and more muscular bulk as with Laura. Corinne again on the left. This time we have Kay Baxter-Wick on the right. Both of these girls are tremendously defined.
And again, as you look at these two women, you can see the problems that judges are going to have in selecting a winner.
Here's Lynn Conrad on the left with Kay. These girls have been on stage together before. They were both veterans of last year's competition. They were in the finals.
Interestingly, Lynn and Kay both have gymnastics background, which you'll see them illustrate during the individual freestyle round of posing, which is done to music and is very pretty to look at.
When these girls do comparisons, they're brought out for their stronger qualities. They all look terrific. And this is important because the judges can only award the highest score of 20 points to one girl. The lower scores can be duplicated. While the judging goes on through all three rounds, what's interesting, Mike, is that this is one of the few sports in which the competitors have no idea how they're doing until the very end.
Is that a psychological hindrance?
No, I think it's a help because it keeps up their confidence in the third round, the only time they're out there alone.
And even though going into the third round of posing, the women don't know their scores, we do. Lynn Conrad is the leader, followed by Corinne Machado-Ching and Kay Baxter-Wick. In just a few moments, our competitors will be taking center stage, and you at home can pick your own favorite in this, the World Women's Bodybuilding Championship. And now back to Marv Albert. Women's Bodybuilding Championships. Any sport that is subjectively judged requires a special kind of dedication and motivation. Carla Dunlap explains.
The actual competition is really more or less with yourself to begin with. You're in the gym, you're taking what you have naturally, you get on that stage, you see how you compare with someone else.
Carla is 26 years old. She's 5'3", 124 pounds. She is a veteran of many women bodybuilding contests. A great deal of poise and a great deal of presence.
At this point in the competition, the girls really have a chance to demonstrate their individual personality and their strong qualities. In Carla's case, she was a synchronized swimmer and shows that real dance grace in the way that she projects herself on stage.
This is the move I like.
Well, Mike, this is a gymnastics move, and what Carla demonstrates here is a tremendous talent for incorporating transitional movements with display of specific muscle groups. Here we see her shown how to take. She gives the judges and audience time to appreciate it.
Seems to be enjoying it as well. Just after that, I suspect. Or at least giving that impression.
I think she's sincere. Proud girl.
Carla Dunlap from Newark, New Jersey. Stepping out to center stage right now, Lisa Elliott, who is 23 years old, from Temple Terrace, Florida, and an extremely muscular woman. So here's a chance where, well, you at home can decide.
Lisa's routine basically emphasizes traditional men's poses, and her development is towards the scale of extreme muscularity.
Posing to Only You by Teddy Pendergrass.
I think in the general public, this kind of arm development is the kind of thing that most people are a little put off by when they aren't really exposed to the sport.
What about the judges, Lisa?
Well, they have a more educated view of it, but I think that they are sort of trying to keep it from going irretrievably in the direction of extreme muscle mass.
She has to be applauded, certainly, for her muscularity.
It's a tremendous amount of work. I think we really have to recognize her accomplishments as an athlete.
Be interesting to see how she does in the minds of the judges.
Well, certainly the crowd seems to like it. And Lisa herself is very committed to her stylistic decision. She seems to go full out.
Well, there isn't an undeveloped part of her body. Tremendous abdominal muscle development, leg, great bicep there. She's extremely proud of her physique, it appears, and this pose is, well, it's controversial among the judges. She's going with muscularity all the way. Very interesting performance by Lisa Elliott.
Lisa, I noticed that most of your poses do seem to be more masculine poses. How do you think the audience reacted to you tonight?
I think there was quite a bit of audience reaction. I really do. I think they liked it. I think that's a lot of what they came to see. They came to see bodybuilders.
I noticed most of it did seem to be positive. Do you think there's been a change in the attitude?
As far as the general public goes, I do. I think the general public likes it. I really do. I just hope the judges feel that way.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And now back to Marv Albert. Along with Lisa Lyon, we're back in Atlantic City, New Jersey for more of the World Women's Bodybuilding Championship. Taking center stage right now, Corinne Machado Ching, 24 years old, from San Leandro, California. Relative newcomer to the sport of women's bodybuilding. She did finish fourth in the Ms. Olympia contest.
Corinne has an unusually classical choice of music. She also has an extremely feminine line. I think in contrast to Laura, we can see definitely that she is moving still towards a very fine, graceful presentation. Corinne has managed to retain muscle fullness, although she doesn't really have the mass, and she has cut down the body fat.
Corinne is recently married, and backstage where the women warm up, she and her husband Brian made for an interesting picture. Brian acted like a boxer's quarterman before he sent his contender into the ring.
Kind of a role reversal, huh? Looks like she has some ballet influence.
Lisa, I would imagine it's extremely difficult to stand up there on center stage with the heat of the bright lights and the judges dissecting your every move to maintain your composure.
You know, it's funny, Mike. Most athletes are really so involved in their activity, they never have to think of themselves as performers. Here you have to really be conscious of your audience as well. It's a different kind of demand.
She's a cutie pie. Corinne Machado Ching, and it is very apparent that she was well prepared for this contest. Nice performance.
I agree, Mike. She looked great. And whatever the judges decide, one thing that all of the competitors share is the attitude that it's really worthwhile.
It's got to be one of the best sports women can become involved in because there's no limitations. It really applies to the older woman, it applies to the mother, it applies to the young girl developing strength. You can achieve what you want to achieve through weights. Say if you're really large, you can lose size and inches. And if you're small, you can gain form and shape.
This is Lynn Conkright, 26 years old, a native of Charlotte Courthouse, Virginia, 5 feet tall, 105 pounds.
Although Lynn's a professional athlete, people who think you have to sacrifice everything in order to train. She's married, she lives on a farm. I believe they grow most of their own food. She's quite really impressed with Lynn's combination of femininity and muscularity.
Lynn got started in the sport of bodybuilding the same way a lot of women who are competing here have. She was training with weights during college to develop strength for gymnastics, and then fell in love with bodybuilding. Nifty move there.
Right, that really disproves the theory of muscle bound. for a graceful routine.
Performing to Mason Williams' classical gas. And her proportions and symmetry are indeed classical. As pretty as Lynn looks, she has yet to win a major bodybuilding contest, which is sort of surprising. Outstanding performance for Lynn Conkright.
Really beautiful.
The crowd most appreciative.
Lynn, you look very comfortable on stage. You enjoy being out there?
Yes, very much so. I feel like the routine is the best part. I have a good time on the routine.
Did you notice much difference between the competition this year and last?
Not too much, except it's more organized this year as far as the judging criteria. But we'll see afterwards.
When we return, the 6 finalists will be announced, and the judges will have one final look to decide the winner. The World Women's Bodybuilding Championships, and the 6 finalists have been decided. Carla Dunlop, Kay Baxter Wick, Deborah Diana, Laura Combs, Corinne Machado-Ching, and Lynn Conkright. Now, Lisa, the judges have one last chance to take a look at the competitors. What exactly is this pose down going to entail?
Mike, it's the only time that the girls free pose next to one another. It's that last few points that mean the difference between winning or placing.
And the last chance for comparison.
A tense moment for everyone.
Lisa, you've been here before. What do you try to emphasize as a competitor?
Well, at this point, you're really just trying to show off your best qualities, be they muscularity or grace.
In a contest you won or lost here?
Last 2 points.
Pose down is just about over. And for a lot of the people in attendance here today, this was their first opportunity to witness a women's bodybuilding contest, and I think they thoroughly enjoyed themselves. Judges are working overtime on their scorecards. In just a few moments, a decision will be rendered.
In 3rd place, Corinne Machado-Ching.
Oh, Mike, I'm pleased to see that a newcomer can do that well.
Certainly beneficial for the sport of bodybuilding.
Represents fair judging, I'd say.
In 2nd place, Kay Baxter Wick, USA.
It's not her year yet. It must be a disappointment.
She certainly was fit enough to win this contest.
And the 1981 Women's World Champion, Lynn Conkright.
Well, there's no question that that's a well-deserved victory.
She had it all together this afternoon. Nice performance. Obviously in tremendous shape. And I don't think the crowd minds the decision either.
Hey, Lynn, congratulations. An absolutely outstanding, graceful, and athletic performance. You're in tremendous shape, even better shape than you were last year. And I know that you've never won a major bodybuilding title, so you have to be extremely pleased.
Thank you. Yes, I am. This is my very first trophy.
Something to put your pennies in.
Yes, definitely.
And now that you've won the title, what does it mean to you? What do you want to do with it?
Well, I'm going to go on to train for the Olympia, which is another big contest. But mainly, my goals in life, I go in 3 directions: mental, spiritual, and my physical perfection. This happens to be my physical perfection. Now, other women, they don't have to compete, but they can do it through weight training and bodybuilding. So that's the best way I can see.
Lynn, once again, much congratulations. So that's our story from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Once again, the winner of the World Women's Bodybuilding Championship, Lynn Conkright. For Lisa Lyon, I'm Mike Adamley saying thank you.